open source tools that are changing content technology landscape. Now, why don't
Yeah, that's open source is another big trend. We talked about the cloud previously, but open source is a different kind of software licensing model. And I do work with a lot of companies that are exploring whether open source makes sense. Other companies that want to buy software, license it, they're looking at open source as a way of economizing, making the cost lower. Vendors look at open source as a way of maybe getting a community to participate in development of features and kind of guiding them which features are most valuable. The ones they produce are the ones they obviously need. So there are some advantages, there are some disadvantages, and some things we recommend. So we have a couple of great speakers there who have implemented with open source tools and give you the real world benefits. One's Aldo Bermudez from Cisco Systems, and the other one is Sean Walker from .NET Nuke Corporation. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what their recommendations are and their cautions are for using open source tools.
now this is another session where it seems like it really has a broad appeal for folks?
Yeah, I'd say that content management, open source content management tools can be deployed in just about any vertical business, any type of business. So again, it's another horizontal technology trend.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but the government really seems to be embracing open source as well.
Yeah, government embraces it because of cost, and it's always cheaper. And but I mean, it has to be cheaper when you think about it. If you're going to rely on a community of people to develop something and all the code's known, you can't charge as much for it. So cost is a big driver. But it has to be reliable enough. So there are different open source tools that have more support than others. So if there's an organization behind it, for instance, that can provide support that you can maintain, you can pay a maintenance fee for, that gives the reliability that somebody like the government might need.
So going off of that, sounds like maintenance fees from that might be an attractive reason why a company might make
Well,
open
the open source model could be free.
Yeah.
But then you don't get the support, and you've got to do a lot of your own integration. Or it could be a very affordable model where you're paying a lot less than you would for a giant monolithic system. But then again, you're getting less. You're getting something that everybody else has, and you may have to buy additional support. But overall, the open source model really reduces costs. That's one of the big attractions to it.
Okay.